What's going on, guys? It's OT, the Lord of Knives, and I'm back between the banners. Today we're going to be talking about one knife in particular. This right here is the Buck 110 Folding Hunter, and I think that this is the best knife ever made. So this is not going to be like a traditional knife review where we're going to go into the specs and all that. I will leave a picture right here. Go ahead and pause that, but we're not going to go too deep into the specs. So today I'm going to give you guys 5 reasons why I think this knife is the greatest knife on earth, and it's the greatest knife you can buy. Before we get going though, I'd kindly ask you guys to like and subscribe. This is a small time YouTube channel, so it all does really help out. But enough about my shameless self-promotion. Today I'm going to be giving you guys 5 reasons why I think the Buck 110 is the best knife in the world. And I know what you may be thinking. You're like, my lord, how can this knife be the best knife if it's a 2-hand opener and it's like super heavy and there's no pocket clip? How can this knife be better than a paramilitary 2 with G10 handles, compression lock, and S30V blade? How can it possibly be better than a Kershaw Leak with its auto assist and slim profile pocket clip? To be honest, guys, these knives, these modern knives, are going to be more efficient. They're going to be easier to use. They're modern knives. Nevertheless, I'm still going to give you guys 5 reasons of why I believe that the Buck 110 is the best knife on earth. And maybe after this, you guys will feel the same. So, let's get it started. Guys, reason number 1 is the history. This knife was originally made in 1965. It was made so that hunters can bring a folding knife into the wild that can perform like their hunter knives. It was originally made with ebony handles, but they had to stop doing that to protect the endangered woods. This particular Buck 110 has diamond wood in the handles. It also has a solid brass scale, but we're going to get into those materials in a bit. Here are some notable movies that the Buck 110 has made an appearance in. Red Dawn, starring Patrick Swayze. The Thing from 1982, not the remake. And one of my personal favorite movies, Into the Wild, where the character Chris McCandless carries this knife until his final day. This knife is an all-star. Reason number 2 is the materials and the aesthetics. Guys, this knife right here is not dolled up, it's not polished. I didn't put a fresh edge on it, but it still looks really good. And when it is polished, it looks damn good. This is one of the best looking knives in my opinion. I know that's a very objective. I know that could be very objective, but I do believe that this is one of the best looking knives. The aesthetics on it is just amazing. The materials are really old-fashioned. Diamond wood handles, solid brass liner, little steel spring in there, and it is a backlock, so for most part it is a 2-hand closing knife, but how I like to do it, I just turn the knife around, take that part, I just do that on my legs. It's not a big deal. Alright, reason number 3, the functionality of this knife. This knife is literally a hard worker. It's like a little farmer or a little lumberjack. It just wants to work hard for you. And with those ergonomics, it can do some real hard work. Another thing that really impresses me about this knife is the longevity. I've had this knife since 2015 and it still works just as fine as the day I bought it. And it will continue to do so until I hand it off to like a son or a nephew or something. And that's another thing. If you keep this knife well oiled, you always put an edge on it and you don't lose it, this knife will last longer than you. This knife can outlast you, and there's not many knives that can. Take care of your buck and it will take care of you. I often find it super cool to see the old bucks, the ones that are older than me, and I'm just like, wow, you're older than me and you're still working just fine, you know? Reason number 4 is the ergonomics. I think this knife has a 10 out of 10 ergonomics. The thing that separates this knife from all the other modern knives is the thickness of this handle. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's so heavy. It is so heavy. But with that heaviness, you get a full handle, like a man-sized handle. I think this knife has the best ergonomics out of any folding knife. No, I actually lied. There's one knife that has better ergonomics than this knife, and it is the Buck 110 Folding Hunter with the finger grooves. That's the only knife that has better ergonomics than this knife. When you put this knife in your hand, you feel that there's a solid piece of metal in your hand that just wants to work. The grip tilling also has really good handle. I know the BK40, the Becker BK40, has a strong emphasis on ergonomics. I don't own that knife, but out of all the knives I own, and I own over 50, this knife has the best ergonomics, hands down. And my 5th and final reason why I think this is the best knife in the world, it's all American. It's like a little bald eagle or something. This is a true piece of Americana. And I know I may seem like I'm fanboying out over America, and I do like America. I have cousins there, I have family in America. I've been to America over 10 times. The thing I like most about America is they make this. They make the Buck 110. And when I'm holding this knife, I feel like I'm holding a little piece of America. I'm from Canada, and when I buy a product that says made in China, I know the quality is not going to be all that good. But when I buy something that says made in America, I know that the quality is going to be damn good. And that's no exception for this knife. This knife just keeps working hard, and it's going to outlast me, I guarantee it. And that does speak to me, and it does appeal to me. So hopefully that appeals to you. Alright guys, I think we're going to wrap it up there. If you guys did want to see my review on the modernized version of this knife, the Buck 110 Slim, the slim handle, deep carry pocket clip, and the one-hand opening thumb stud, make sure to check that out. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. It all does help out the channel. I'm a small-time YouTuber, so it really does help out. And remember folks, a knife in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I'm OT, the Lord of Knives. Stay sharp.